Welcome to the live show, some more World of Warcraft Classic, The Burning Crusade. We are less than 48 hours away from the official launch of the Dark Portal, which looks like this. Whoops, it helps if I don't destroy that. It looks like this, the Dark Portal. And that's just an aesthetic thing with my Hearthstone. It normally doesn't look like that. Normally your hands go green and it looks like you're casting a spell, but you don't get an actual outline of the Dark Portal. That was part of the deluxe package. Let me zoom into my screen just a little bit more here. There we go. That looks about good. So we're in the Barrens again. We're in Northwatch Hold, a very iconic spot for the Horde to level up in. The NPCs are human, and they're Theramore Marines. Now, they're not PvP in the sense that they're going to trigger that the Barrens is under attack. However, if you are Alliance, you've guessed it, these NPCs are actually friendly. Because there's a place for the Alliance that I could actually technically show you because I'm there now on my Night Elf Druid. And he's in Theramore Isle. So here we're slaughtering them by the dozen. Oh, and it just sounds so good, too, when you kick their ass. Let's do a little bit of that action. And again, we're... Hey, let go of my totem, boy. Hello. How are you doing? You want some of this, cowboy? Or I guess he's a Marine, but it's an expression. Oh, the sweet sound. Oh, there's that little fucker. Of course, but of course. Now's a good effing time to do that. But I could turn into a wolf. So will you ever tell me what your name means? Hidhe is day. Hidhe. I'm not too sure what that is. Is day, is that like a newer reference in modern times? Sort of like, oh, it's lit, but in this case, oh, it's day? I don't know, I'm just taking some weird guess. There's a lot of terminologies and things that are spoken in this world nowadays that I just have never heard of before. And then people are like, it means this, how did you not know that? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? I was supposed to know that? But sometimes I get curious about people's names. So the escort guy is right there, but obviously we just saw him leave. Heyday. Let me take a moment to process that. Ruin, how you doing? Are you new to the channel? This name I get from... Yeah, I know what Heyday is. Yeah, back in Heyday. Hay is day. Heyday is... I'll try not to think about it too much. It might hurt my head. Ah, I fell. I know what you're saying, but yeah. You're new? Welcome. How are you doing today? You like World of Warcraft? Are you going to be playing? Wow, playing. Helps if I could speak properly. Yeah, take my weapon away. And that's what you get. I'm just kind of leveling up a Horde Shaman for now. Thought it would be a good idea to do that less than 48 hours before the expansion. Because, you know, why not? And as you could tell, it's a good thing I'm a good few levels above them, because I can still take a bit of an ass whooping here. But my aggro range will be a lot shorter. So that's the benefit of being a higher level. Wow, that must have hurt. So we've got to take her out. Normally on your own, you wouldn't be able to do that. Actually, this one right here. The Captain Fairmount. There's nothing fair about trying to kick her ass on your own. Then again, she's a level 20, I'm a 22, so that's not really a massive jump up. Let's shoot some lightning. Wow. Excellent. We'll do that for a little bit of reduction in damage. Maybe I'll spicing things up a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. Why? Just because I can. A little bit on the defensive side here. So there's that versatility of the shaman. Using a shield and that totem to help reduce damage. It just kind of helps a bit. Yes, all real people. This is going slow because my mace skills are really low as well. So that's not kind of helping things. You could hear there's commotion down below. That's because somebody is doing some shit. And then we'll just go back to this. And because our aggro range is really good, being a higher level, I did not aggro those people that were there. Ooh, I gotta get out over here. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be a good look. Uh-oh. No, that's enough fucking healing for you. Normally, those two guards would attack, but again, aggro range, in case you're like, well, that's weird. They just witnessed their friends getting butchered. They're just standing there. If I was like 2, 3 levels lower, 4 levels lower, they totally would have attacked. Just in case you're wondering. It's just a mechanic the game throws you. But yeah, this is an online-only game. A single-player version of this game would be fun. I've played it alone on a private server. Shh, don't tell anyone. But it wasn't as fun. I mean, it was fun for a little bit, but what really makes this game shine truly is the online aspect. That's right. See what I did? I kited her around the wall so that she couldn't slap me with that voodoo magic shit. Oh. See, normally he would have ran out, so I was like, what the hell? But I'm excited for the Burning Crusade. I'm going to probably play my Druid, the Resto one at level 60, just to kind of test out the Burning Crusade. In the end, though, I don't know if I'm going to be sticking with him. He was my boosted character. It just kind of didn't end up feeling the way I was hoping it would. It's one of those things you don't know until you try it. But yeah, the shaman I'm just having so much fun with. You got the shield, all those extra little sounds that you can hear, all the proc effects, all the visualization, you know, like the lightning shield. I've talked about that before, the little animation going around the weapon for rock biter. If I'm doing flame tongue weapon, there's a flame around my weapon. If I do ice brand weapon, there's ice going around my weapon. And for me, that's just a lot of fun. It's just an odd little goofy thing that I find cool. And that's really the only explanation. Oh, there's a chest there. Let's see, now we can run around them because, again, we're a higher level. Sometimes people ask me, hey man, I was there 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 15 years ago. And I remember running up on that fence like you did, but they were all charging me. It's like, right, but I'm level 22, they're 16, you were probably level 15. So they were all just kicking your ass. So there you have it. Yeah, come get some. For the early part of an enhancement shaman, a lot of it is, unfortunately, melee, or auto attack, but it's still quite fun visually speaking. It's one of the weirdest specs and classes in the entire game because you just don't get a lot of offense. You mainly want to be strength and agility, and intellect is your magic, but you still want to mainly be doing magical shit when you're playing an enhancement shaman. See, elemental's all about the elements, shooting lightning and fire and all that like I do. But I'm enhancement. I'm full like melee, and then restoration's your healer spec. So it could be a little bit awkward to play this in the early beginnings until you get a little bit more skills that are actually related to enhancement. But as you can see, I'm not really having a hard time kicking the shit out of people. Like, I mean, I'm hitting pretty hard. I mean, even my rogue and my feral druid couldn't quite hit that hard. But I'm very excited to do the journey through the Burning Crusade. It's a niche thing. Like I said, Asmongold is able to pull 50 to 70,000 people at a time in a stream. The game's not dead. Now, granted, the people are watching him probably 99% because they want to see him. They don't really want to... They don't necessarily want to see the game. Right? You could probably play Hello Kitty Adventure Island and still get 40,000 people in a stream, right? That's the thing with the personalities of streamers, right? It comes to a point where the game is literally pretty much practically irrelevant. Within reason, of course. So we're just going to keep running. The idea is that you run so far that you break aggro. And then they just kind of leave you alone. They just fuck off. Now let's go see if the escort quest is here. Because technically we're supposed to be, like, way done. so satisfying. I mean, even the sounds the character makes, it's unbelievable. So he's going to appear back over there. Let's go ahead and drop that bad boy. Hey, leave my totems alone. And you could see with all that mayhem, you could still tell I'm technically suffering because I'm almost dead and out of mana. But that's still pretty impressive considering how much offensive abilities I've used. But yeah, if I was any lower, I would be dead, or I would have to run. So again, this kind of game's not for everybody. It's very slow, very monotonous. It's one of those things where you have to be a bit of a lore geek when it comes to fantasy RPG games. Really be invested in the story, the history of the game, how it's changed over the course of nearly 2 decades. And then when you go back in time and you play the classic, like this game, basically, this build version of the game here was like January of 2007. So it's really taken you back in time. And for some people, that's incredibly, insanely appealing. If I was playing this for the first time, I'd probably be playing retail, to be honest with you. It's simpler. You could do more shit. In a way, it's easier. It's quicker. This probably would not have appealed to me. But it is for me because, again, of that history. You can't transmog your character like I said yesterday. I mean, look at this guy. The graphics are terrible compared to the models from today. He looks like he just woke up behind a dumpster and, robbed like a local thrift store for men. You know what I mean? He doesn't match. You can't transmog him. You can't make his armor match whatsoever. However, the grand scale of things, the big picture, if you're curious, I can show you what one can look like in the future. Give you a little bit of action there. So this is what my guy can look like in the future. Much, much, much better. Much more. Ooh, look at that. Then there's, the tier 5 set. This is the tier 6 set. That's going to be the end result of what my shaman's going to look like in about 2 years' time. A year and a half time, he's going to look like this, but in red. It's going to be the PvP version. So where it's gray and blue, it'll be red and black, but it's the same skin. It's the same design. Right? This is what the shaman looked like 17 years ago. Then more recently, that one looks badass. And that's what's really cool about, transmog. It's like, hey, this set is really old, but you really like it, well, you could wear it, right? Whereas in the end, this is the strongest gear here. I'm okay with looking like that forever, but transmog is cool. It's like, hey, man, remember that time where you could have this armor set? Like, to me, that's one of my favorites right there. But you could never look like that. You would be gimping yourself severely if you did that. It wouldn't be good. So there are some major drawbacks, again, to playing the classic version of this game. It's basically the Dark Souls of MMOs. But for many, that will be an appealing thing. I'm only going to try this once here, by the way. Not really something you can normally solo. The escort quest. But we'll wait a few more moments. See what happens. It might be a complete waste of time. I mean, technically, it's probably a waste of time, because you're not even technically, again, supposed to do it through even the guide. I'll wait about another 30 seconds and then we'll just say fuck it. And then we won't bother. I still think it's really cool that I can change the look of my Hearthstone to look like that. Like, that's pretty badass. It's not looking good. What it is it's a long walk back. Whether the guy was successful or he failed, I actually don't even think it matters. His timing is about the same. I think it's between 5 and 10 minutes to respawn, if not even more. It could take you almost 10 minutes because you gotta walk him all the way back to Ratchet. You gotta walk this dude right from over here all the way back over there. It's actually quite... Oh, there he is. Let's do it.
Hello. Good luck, friend.
No, you're gonna need the luck. I'll survive. It's whether or not you survive. That'll be what we're gonna be able to tell. Can I heal the prick? Oh, I can heal him. So you might be thinking, well, yeah, you targeted him and you casted a heal. Wrong. A lot of games, and especially this one, there's a lot of escort quests that I've seen, at least I think, and you were not able to heal them. Because I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about him. So this is going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever successfully done this mission on my own, by the way. So I'm going to take the initiative and start whacking the shit out of these people. Gonna frostband attack, even though there's a little bit more DPS with the rock biter. And again, the idea behind that is when I hit them... See, that's the problem. He's just gonna keep going and not follow my lead. Because he's a dumb fuck like that.
What brings you?
But watch. See? I can heal him. So as long as I keep him alive, that's really all that matters. You can kind of see how this is problematic.
I am honored.
But since I can heal him... Hey, Raj, how's it going? You dirty fucking prick. Drink up. You can help by not moving so goddamn fast and waiting for my signal. Look at him just going on his own, but at least his health regenerates in between battles. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Not too bad. I gotta heal up because this is a big deal. Like I said, I've never successfully done this escort. Time to die, bitch.
Can I assist you?
Yes, you can by actually helping me out. Oh, wow, look at his health. Oh, there we go.
Enough already. Have you nothing better to do? What brings you here?
What brings you here? I've been rescuing your ass for 17 years. You'd think you'd learn after the first time. That's right, don't even think about it. Well, good so far. I don't even know what the hell this is called. Guns, no. No, I don't remember what it's called. I was trying to find the name of the quest. That's not it. Oh, there, free from the hold. Okay, so it's a yellow quest. See, let's go back to... for real. So again, this whole time that we've been in here, I'm here. And I gotta walk all the way through there, and there's like a bunch of pirates and stuff. Pretty wild shit.
How may I help?
I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's about
Hello.
keeping him alive, right? So what are you up to today, Raj? I don't think extra people show up, if that makes any sense. Like extra people that just spawn out of nowhere. I think it's just going to be these people, but they're level 13 and I'm 22. Yeah, see, as long as I don't get too far ahead of them. It should be good. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. This part's a little bit easier because the enemies are a lower level. They're more spread out. Of course, he's just gonna fucking ignore me. He's a little cock like that. But yeah, I'm just having a blast playing this character, even though it's like low level and I should be like level 60. I'm just going where the fun is, ultimately. Oh, nice. Yeah, this could get a little ugly. Yeah, this is actually going really well, considering. Oh, you're just aggro... What the hell's he doing? He's just attacking everything. What a dumb little shit. And now my totem is aggroing everything. Oh, this is going well. Because, you know, I needed the extra challenge.
Greetings.
He's good. I'm doing all right. Yeah, this is pretty smooth sailing from here. You think of all the weapons I have. Ah, why are you running backwards? You'll run backwards for that person, but you won't come back and wait for me when I'm getting my ass kicked. He might run off and aggro that person. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, nice. I'm gonna get another buff. We are victorious. For the Horde. Be bathed in the power of the Warchief. Drink in his might. Battle for glory of the Horde. This happens all the time. And you get an absolute psychotic fucking buff. Oh my god, is it ever powerful. Like, I can't even tell you. It turns you into like a demigod. Except, I have not received this buff they speak of. I saw the call, but it's supposed to be worldwide. I think you somehow had to have been maybe an Orgrimmar to get the buff. I don't know. I don't think so. Hey. There we go. There we go. I'm just kind of helping her out. No, eh? Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, you know, not to be a pessimist, but it generally doesn't. Depending on, you know, the stage, how the person's responding to the treatment. Like I said, I just went through this not long ago myself with non-Hodgkin lymphoma cancer. And it was one of those things where the treatment actually made it worse because it brings down your immune system. So as a lot of people sometimes don't understand about chemotherapy, you know, being the main fight against cancer, is you're radioactively fucking up your body so bad. But what you're hoping happens is that you fuck up the cancer before it has a chance of kicking your ass, right? Because chemo, if I just went in for chemo for the fun of it, just to experience what it's like, it would be destroying me. It would be fucking me up. Yeah. But the chemo is the lesser of the two evils, right? Nuclear fucking radioactive shit. It's the lesser of two evils. You'd rather get chemo than cancer. So anyhow, in case some people don't know this, you're hoping the chemo kills the cancer before it kills you. Before the chemo either kills you or the cancer or the combination of the two. And in my, well, not my case, but I'm saying in my story, rather, with the person I knew that I was close with just a few years ago, it was her downfall. The chemo is what put the final nail in her coffin, unfortunately. and then it just gave like an open road to the cancer to more violently, aggressively spread. And kaboom, not even, I think about a month, and then that was it. It was done. And that, unfortunately, is life, right? Whether you're 13 or 80 years old. That's why, even though I'm a religious person, I don't believe in karma. I don't believe that bad people have bad things come back to them, and that good people have good things done to them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone through all the things I've gone through. And other people wouldn't have gone through the things that they're going through. There's no logic from a karma perspective, right? I've met a lot of bad people, a lot of terrible people, and they are living a fruitful life, right? And some ended up having done so their entire life.
I am honored. Till next we meet, how may I help?
Let's see if this was worth it. What do we got here?
Be careful.
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of XP there. Yeah, it destroys your immune system. But that's okay if it ends up destroying the cancer first. So another, like I shared with you yesterday, in some other instances, I had some good news. It is good news. Absolutely is good news. An old friend of mine, Steve, when we were 15 years old, he was diagnosed with a brain terminal cancer. You know, the one where they say it's an inoperable, tumor. You can't operate on it because it'll kill you, kind of like Gord Downey from the band Tragically Hip, if you happen to know that band. And because he died like in recent memory, right? He's more famous to Canadians than anybody else, the rock band Tragically Hip. So he ended up getting fucked up. But my friend, who was 15 years old, he had a terrible one, and they told him he wasn't going to survive like the year. Like he was just going to not make it, and he was going to be fucked up. And basically it was time for him to say goodbye to his friends and family, drop out of school, just kind of relax, have that whole remainder of your life, quality of life, right? For the remainder of your short life. So they cut his skull open. They removed his head. He said, I want you to do it anyways. He said, if you're going to kill me... what did he say? I would rather take that 1 in a million chance that you fix me and I live the rest of my life. Check out this story. True story. Or I just wallow in misery for the next 6 months knowing that I'm going to die. I might as well just die now. I'm only 15 years old. I mean, my life is already gone. Might as well take that one chance. Oh, it's, listen, bitch. Cut it open. So they removed his entire, cranium right off the top of his head. And it was a successful surgery. They ended up removing it. And some 25, 30 years later, it's gone. He's healthy. He's married. He's got kids. He's always going to be more prone to a potential resurface, maybe, right? That whole thing, like you've got it once, that's it. It's like with me. So I'm type 2 diabetic, right? And that can slowly start killing me big time. All my organs can start shutting down. Because type 2 diabetes, to make it more dramatic sounding for some people that don't really know what it is, it's basically like having acid in your system. Your blood sugars are so high, right, that, you know how your whole body is blood. That's what makes you live. The blood flows through your body and everything, right? And it keeps your organs replenished and everything. Imagine if your blood is basically acid. Literally. It'll chew away at your pancreas, your intestines, your stomach, your eyes, your brain, and that's why it ends up killing you. It literally eats away at you from the inside. It would be like taking sulfuric acid or Drano and pouring it down a thin plastic pipe, and the pipe is your veins and your arteries and your organs. So it's a pretty nasty fucking disease. But because I've lost so much weight and I exercise and all that, what ends up happening is when I check my blood sugars, they're normal. They're technically non-diabetic. So on paper, or rather on paper, when you look at my numbers, I'm technically no longer a diabetic because I'm no longer above 9 to 10 and higher for blood sugar. However, I still consider myself a diabetic because not everybody who's fat is diabetic. Right? That means if I ever put the weight back on, I would be diabetic again. So then I was always a diabetic, right? That means when I was a teenager and I was ripped and I was in wicked shape, I was technically diabetic. I just didn't know it, if that makes any sense. I just wasn't going to have any of the complications of diabetes because I wasn't doing anything to make the diabetes trigger, if that makes any sense. So kind of like the same thing with Steve in his case. Sure, he beat the cancer, but not to be negative, he's probably always going to be a little bit more higher risk of having something like that come back than somebody who's never had it, right? Or maybe it was just a one-off, right? Because all cancer is your DNA strand. You know how your body continuously, your DNA is like a ladder and it's twisted, right? When you look at your ladder, your DNA strand. If there's a rip or a malfunction in that DNA strand, that's what makes it that your eyes are blue or green and doesn't start just changing colors randomly. That's why blondes generally don't naturally wake up one day with black hair, because it's in your DNA coding. But if one of those steps on the ladder, for the lack of a better term, ends up breaking off, as your body goes to reread the DNA, it goes, what the fuck is going on here? There's a break in the strand. I don't know what to happen, and then it mutates. It goes out of control, and that is your cancer. That's what it is. It's pretty fucked up. See, I know a little bit of shit. Not bad for a high school dropout who hasn't been in school for 25 years. Nothing I know I've learned from school, though. That's the funny thing. Nothing that's worth talking about, that's worth mentioning or wasting my breath on, is anything I've learned in school. It's all shit that I've just learned on my own through just basic research. Right? I've never really learned anything useful in school, to be honest with you. Honest to God. It's not until you're in your final high school years a little bit and you start going to college and university. That's the big one. But you can't get into that if you don't do your high school, right? The high school teaches you the foundation, but the foundation is so flawed. The academic system is absolutely atrocious, and it doesn't even matter what fucking country you live in. The school system's just not really that great at all. But once you get to college and university, then you start finally pinpointing and honing in a lot more on what's going to matter for your future and your career. And you can't just go and, drop out of high school because you think it sucks and then expect to become a fucking neurosurgeon or some shit, right? Oh, I do study on my own, just things that matter to me. But I've been on disability half my life. I'm a YouTuber. I'm making some money. I'm slowly replacing my disability income with my YouTube income. So if I keep doing this, this could be my golden ticket. So there's, as nasty and as negative as it might seem, for my particular scenario, for my particular life, it's probably borderline a waste of time for me to actually, try and go back and finish high school and all that kind of shit. It just sounds good on paper. Hey, man, I did it. Yay. Oh, congrats, man. Yay. Great. So what's that going to do for me? Exactly. There is nothing in my late life that I'm ever going to do where having that certificate that I finished my high school is going to end up being practical. My time could be used more wisely. Now, some people could argue and say, really? What are you going to say, video games? Well, if it pays the bills, right? This is allowing me, what I'm doing right now, not the 2 people in the live stream, just the whole package deal now of me being on YouTube. This is allowing me to feed myself better, to eat healthier foods. It's not about making smarter food choices. I couldn't afford to do those smart choices, right? It wouldn't be smart for me to eat healthy for 2 weeks and then starve myself for 2 weeks. Well, at least the first half of the month I was eating really good, right? It's almost better long term to be eating like shit, and at least I can eat like shit all month, right? So literally, this is changing my life, being able to have some money being generated from YouTube. So that's why I focus all my energy and time on it, because it's actually proving to be something that's actually working. Like, there's something actually working. I get paid every single month, right? I've never not been paid. You got to make at least $100 in a month to get paid. And I've always exceeded that. And it's been 2 years that I've been monetized almost. So chances are it's very unlikely for me to just magically someday not make any money, right? That's a very unlikely thing to happen. I would need to finish high school first. I'm only knowledgeable in the fields that I've bothered spending the time on. I used to teach martial arts. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before, but I used to be an assistant instructor in Shotokan karate when I was younger. I taught adults, and I taught kids on the weekends in the early morning, helping my sensei out teach. I didn't get paid for it. It was all volunteer. But in return, I got to be taught some special moves with some weapons that you weren't supposed to be taught until you're like a 3rd or 4th degree black belt. I was only a green belt at the time, and I was already an assistant instructor, and that's usually not something you could do until you're an actual black belt, right? That's when you've completed the program. But my sensei felt that I was good at teaching, even though I didn't have the experience. I had barely been in martial arts for 5 or 6 months. 5 or 6 months? What? I started in the early spring, and by the end of the summer, I was already teaching. But I never let it get to my head. Some people got a little bit annoyed. But whatever. There's always going to be jealous people around. Because it's kind of weird for me to be... Picture this. I'm standing at the front of the class with my sensei. I'm only a green belt at this point. And I'm standing side by side with my sensei. We're teaching the class. And some of the people that I'm teaching, watching their moves, making sure they're doing everything okay, are fucking black belts. You know how fucking weird that is? Do you know how frickin' weird that is? And that black belt is probably looking at me like, bitch, I've been doing this for 5 or 10 years, you know? I mean, I never had any problems, but I could just sense the vibe in some people that it probably rubbed off against some people the wrong way. But I had shown dedication. I went to every class. I was attending 10 to 14 classes a week, and you were only expected to show up twice a week to kind of get any type of profit. They would say two times a week, 3 times if you really want to get serious. 3 times if you want to get serious. So what do? I got to make everything more extreme. So I was like, nah, 3 times is for noobs. 14 times a week, bitch, twice a day. 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. every 12 hours. I lived and breathed that shit. So after a very quick while, my sensei was like, wow, this guy's into it. So the other guy might have been a black belt, good for him. But if he's only showing up 3 times a week, that's why it took him fucking 5 years to become a black belt. Right? At the rate I was going at, it was only 2 years. So. But yeah, that was fun. I can't say that I would ever do that again, though. I think teaching was fun. It was an incredible experience while I did it. Now I'd rather be like a public speaker, which I guess in a way is kind of teaching, but not really. Have you ever watched those TED Talks? They're called TED Talks. They're on YouTube. If I knew what I was talking about, I'd love to do one of those. Yeah. One of my favorite ones was a skateboarder. His name is Rodney Mullen. If you're ever bored and you listen to a guy called... Let me just type it in here. He's a skateboarder. He's like the grandfather of skateboarding. Most people know Tony Hawk, but they don't know this guy because he's more under the radar. But this guy's like the grandfather of skateboarding. He still skateboards. He did a TED Talk a few years ago. You know the stereotype that skateboarders are all stoners and hippies with long hair and are all like, yo, bro, check it, right? Yeah. You listen to this guy speak, and you're like, what? Completely breaks that stereotype that skaters are dummies that just ride around on a piece of wood with four wheels. It's pretty incredible. Anyhow, that was the first time I ever saw a TED Talk, and I was really confused because I was like, did they mistitle the YouTube video? Because I could promise you his name's not Ted. Get it? His name's Rodney Mullen. So I was like, maybe it could be Rodney Mullen Talks? Mullen Speaks? Who the fuck is Ted? Then I found out that's just the name of like the platform where different people go and do their thing. But for real, this is what happens when you drop out of high school. You kind of, huh? It wasn't until I typed TED Talk. Okay. I see what's going on. To this day, I still don't know who the fuck Ted is. Just saying. Never heard him speak. I'm just saying. It's probably the guy, obviously, who created the platform. Rodney Mullen? Oh, he's amazing. Just the way he talks. Like, even if you're not, like, a big, hardcore skateboarding nerd, just listen to the dude talk for, like, 30 seconds someday when you're bored. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no word of a lie. He's literally like the founding father of skateboard. Like I'm being dead serious. It's not just like a term I just threw around loosely. Like everybody knows Tony Hawk. Oh, Tony Hawk. It's like everybody knows who Mike Tyson is, even if you don't watch boxing. Everybody knows who, Floyd Mayweather is, even though they don't necessarily watch boxing. People know who Conor McGregor is, even if they don't watch UFC. Unfortunately, Rodney Mullen is like the Conor McGregor of skateboarding, but he's more underground, if that makes any sense. He's just not in the media as much. So over the years, unless you're an avid skateboarding fan, a fan of that lifestyle, you just may have never heard the name because it's just not a name that's thrown out there. He doesn't have a video game. He doesn't have a movie or a fucking t-shirt that you can buy. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I think he learned how to skateboard before he could walk. What's really incredible about him is almost every skateboarding trick in the world that you see, he invented those moves. So Tony Hawk is what's known as a vert skater, so vertical on the ramp, right, back and forth. Tony Hawk is what is known more of what's called like a freestyle skateboarder, right? Like on the ground, hopping on a curb, ollieing rather, over a garbage can, sliding down a park bench, that kind of shit. Standing still, doing all these tricks with your feet and making the board go like all over the place like an F5 tornado just hit your feet. That kind of shit. He invented almost like 99% of the moves that you see today. So he's literally like a pioneer, like no word of a lie. And he's just incredible, like he's good at it too. Because sometimes people invent something, but that doesn't mean they're good at it. Just because you invented something, you were the first to do it, doesn't mean you're good at it. Oh, he's beyond good. He's just not normal, and his story Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, just listening to him, it's just incredible. He started off in his garage. He asked his dad for a skateboard, and they lived in the middle of the country, and they were quite poor. You know where this is going. So he had nowhere to skateboard, but in his shed. I think he was in his garage or his shed. You kind of need a little bit more room than that to be skateboarding. Oh, but he made it work. Did he ever make it work? And he started going to competitions and all this shit. And just holy guacamole. Like I said, I love Tony Hawk, and he's really good at the vertical skating. You'll never catch Tony Hawk doing the tricks that Rodney Mullen does, and vice versa. You probably wouldn't really see Rodney Mullen do the kind of skating that Tony Hawk did. It really is a completely different type of skateboarding. I just, no offense, prefer Rodney Mullen like skateboarding. I find it more artistic in a way. And then, like I said, just hearing the guy talk, it's like just not what you expect from a skateboarder again. He kind of looks a little bit like he could be dopey, but you watch him talk and he gets all philosophical and shit, and you're like, what? Not what I was expecting the first time I heard him speak at all. I was shook. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, he's really humble, too. You could just tell he's a good person. Unfortunately, we live in a world where sometimes celebrities end up being terrible people. They're not the people we thought they were, but people have been following this guy for like 4 decades and just seems to be one of those rare people. You won't find him on Twitter. You won't find him on Facebook. You won't find him on YouTube. But you might find him down the beach of Santa Monica skateboarding at 3 o'clock in the morning. And yes, I am looking for something, but unfortunately, I'm having a hard time. Yeah, so he's between these two areas. I just can't find the prick for the life of me. And it is wasting time, but you keeps texting me. Okay, my phone is still charging. That's good. It's a Kodo I'm looking for. He's gray. And he drops an item when you kill him. It gives you quite a bit of XP. The joke is, by this point, I probably could have just killed a bunch of these ones here and have gotten the same amount of goddamn XP I would have gotten from that gray one. I don't know. I'm live streaming right now. Hold on a sec. It's probably just called something like driveway tar or pavement of some sort. Where the fuck is this thing? I mean, it is possible one of the other players saw it, kicked its ass. I mean, that's not a complete impossibility. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just listening to the guy talk, even though he's talking about a subject that not everybody's into. He's just someone that's cool to listen to speak. Yeah, he's really passionate about skateboarding, and he still keeps up with it too. Yeah, no, yeah, he's cool. I've watched some of his stuff just for the sake of something to do. Anyhow, so what he does there, that's the kind of thing I would be into doing. I'm not saying I'd have anything interesting to talk about, but I'm just saying, like, the idea of doing something like that is something I would enjoy. But I pretty much already do that just on YouTube. I just don't have a big audience like a TED Talk platform, right? Plus, I'm not too sure if you get paid for TED Talk, but... It's not looking good for that Kodo. Yeah, that's what I mean. Even if you don't skate, he might be... Except Lakota Mani. That definitely sounds native in origin. Well, I guess I'll just kill these things because I eventually have to do it anyways. And hope I get the shit I need. With a lot of people on the server playing, it's quite possible that I don't quite have the opportunity to get that Grey Kodo. Yeah, so I've been watching him since the late 80s. Mid-80s? Yeah, 35 years, maybe? I've been watching him do his thing, so quite a long time. Where do I turn that empty keg at? Really? Wants me to go all the way there and do that? Let me see something. Huh. Interesting that it wants me to do that now. Turn in at 85, right? Super carcass. Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't want me to do this one at all. Okay. I mean, I'll do it anyways because I'll eventually have to do it, and I mean I'm in the area. Like I'm literally in the area where I'm supposed to be. Doesn't get any closer than that. So I might as well just stick with it for now. And then hopefully I'll see a big Grey Kodo somehow. There we go. Yeah, we're doing good with this quest. Might as well. I think it's because normally you'd be a lower level, and it's kind of better tied in with another quest later. Ah, I really wish I could get that damn thing. This quest is always annoying to do. Well, let's go look for it again. Not there. This other spot is over here. But we've got the other quill boars that I can zap in the meantime. I might as well take care of it, like I said, otherwise I feel like I'm wasting time by doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it's even marked here on the map that he can spawn there. We've just got nothing. So I'll just go over here. Kick the shit out of these quill boars. What do you think of the looks of this character, Rush? Instead of like being a cat or like a rogue, I could turn into a wolf. You got the, you know, the magical aura effect that goes around the weapon. You got fire, ice, earth, you know, all the different elements and stuff like that. You've got the shield to protect you. I just love it. And then there's going to be Wind Fury coming at level 30. And it just does like a black tornado around you, and it's just incredible. It's called Wind Fury. Yeah, I love them. And I can use a shield, a one-handed weapon. I could heal if I want as well. I could be a healer. I can do magical spells, like more predominantly... let me show you an example. I could more predominantly do... well, whatever. You know, things like this, the lightning. Like that. Doing shocks like that. And continuously keep doing it. Not normally always with a melee weapon. Then you've got all the totems. You know, this increases your strength. This one shoots out fire. You know, another one can help rejuvenate like your mana. It's got like a little light swirly thing that goes around it. It's just a very visually appeasing class to look at. Yeah, 11 likes, yeah. There's not 11 people in here, but that's okay. Keeps it nice and quiet. We do need... We need more of these guys over here. Well, we need them all, technically, but there's another one where it calls for a certain... Geomancer. Alright, you asked for it. I'll have to show you Wind Fury, what it looks like. That's the main attack that you get as a shaman, closer to level 30. So once I finish up some of these here, I'm probably going to end up doing the boost thing again. Or I'm going to go in a dungeon. It's going to be really boring. You just sit there. I mean, you could tag along and walk around with him or her. And the idea is on a per hour rate, your XP will go up higher. Because I would like to be level 30 today. I don't really see that happening. Especially at the rate that I'm going at right now. I mean, I was AFK quite a bit, but yeah, I'm already on 2 hours on this level. 2 hours I probably could have been, oh shit, level 24, 25 by now. But yeah, my druid, the one that could do the bear like that, it's probably still going to be my main character. Probably still going to have that as the main. But I'm leaning towards this guy for my ult and not my 60 druid, like my other druid that I have that was just going to be my healer. I mean, he's fun, but I don't know. Once I'm done here, I'll show you my other druid, just like really quick if you're still around, just to kind of show you quickly from a visual perspective what entails of my resto druid, like what it would look like when I'm doing my rotation and stuff like that. You kill a lot slower because you're a healer, so that goes without saying. But it's still fun. That's the Restoration Tauren Druid, so the same race as this guy here. But my main character is probably still my level 41 Night Elf Druid that I would remain feral. The cat form with the bear form and all that. Yeah, so I still want to do that. Well, we only have 4 more Geomancers to kill. Or Thornweavers, rather. Whacked him pretty hard there. Where's that bloody Kodo? Yeah, so I'll finish up this quest here at least. I might have to skip on the Grey Kodo thing, because it's just clearly not looking good. One more of those Thornweavers, then it doesn't matter who we kill. It could be any of them, because we got to get those quills. Nice. Still can't believe after all this time he hasn't spawned. Almost done, finally. $54 out of 60. We're pretty much there. So you've seen my purple cat, right? You've seen me, Raj, play the Night Elf Druid. So I won't need to show you that, right? Because you remember that, the purple cat. Yeah. So the purple cat. Fuck this chair. The purple cat is a lot of fun. You get to stealth, really awesome for PvP. But it's not necessarily visually like, whoa, you know? I kind of like flashy, gaudy-looking things like that, you know, where there's a lot of shit going on. I don't know. Like, it just looks cooler, visually speaking. There's more flash and pizzazz, if you know what I mean by that. Then I can instantly jump into a wolf form. I can't attack in this form, though. It's not meant to be an aggressive stance. We only need 3 more. I'm just checking to see again if I could find him. Have I shown you my Horde level 60 Resto Druid? And what that looks like? Or you don't remember? He looks like this guy. He's a Tauren, but he's a Druid. He's the Horde version of my Night Elf, but it's the same class. I just don't play as a cat or a bear. So it's a completely different playstyle. No, okay, that's what I'll show you after. So you've seen the purple cat. We don't need to go through that again. That's more than likely going to be my main. The fuck is this Kodo? Ah, it just bugs me. Whatever. Let's finish off this here. Hand in a few quests. One more. Un autre, et on a fini avec la mission. Oh, wait, this is an English stream. Done. We are done that shit. Oh, it wants me. Oh, I'm not done the quest. Are you fucking serious? Ah, yeah. C'est définitivement très différent quand on parle de français. C'est une langue que j'apprécie beaucoup. It's my first language. I just never speak it because nobody understands it. That's kind of the shame, eh? When you have, like, your mother tongue that you can speak, but you don't got anybody to speak it to. I haven't had anybody to speak French to in almost a third of a century. How disgusting is that? It's been like 33 to 35 years since I've had anybody that could understand what the fuck I'm saying in another language. It's just the way it is. Oh, man. How did we go to that already? Yeah, we did that. We did that. But I thought there was a part where it wanted me to collect. Turn an inch to mole. Save a charger. How did it go right over that? Ugh. Yeah, it happens. Alright. Let me just look at my map here. I do have something to turn in at the crossroads. Well, let me do this quick in case I end up taking a small break after. How long have I been streaming for? I was gonna say, it's already almost been an hour and a half. A movie could have been done by now. Where the fuck is the inn? Or the one designated as an inn should be this one. Yeah, this one. Because you get the rested XP there with the Z. That means that magic bar moves ahead the longer you've been logged out. And then inside that bubble, you'll get double XP while you're killing shit. So that used to be my main, the rogue, and he's fun, but eh. So you've seen this guy here on Horde, or on Alliance. So this is still technically my main character, not this guy. This guy, right? That's my Night Elf Druid. I would always stay cat form and bear form with him. He would forever be my feral druid DPS. Okay. This guy here. Now we're going to go on to the horde druid that does not turn into a cat or a bear. Completely different playstyle again. This one, your healer spec. Okay, so this is what this would look like. So I could still technically turn into a cat. It's not like I can't turn into one. So this is the horde version of the cat form. The horde version of the bear form, which is brown with the horns instead of like the nice stone gray with no horns of the night elf druid. Right? I could still do all that shit. However, you don't fight in that form when you're a healer. Balance is where you turn into like an owl, and I don't like the form, but the spells are cool. Feral is cat form. This is what I am here, restoration. And what that looks like is actually kind of simple. So you could buff people like that, increase their attributes and their armor for up to a half hour to an hour. But I'll just go and kill a few things just to kind of show you the visualness behind it. To show you what that would look like. That guy's a Tauren druid, but he's feral. I could tell just by the way he looks. But that's what he does. Let me go ahead and kill this cat. So that you kind of get a visual as to what it would look like. So you saw what my shaman looks like. So as a healer, if I have to kill shit, this is what it would look like. So instead of lightning, it's green nature damage. I can root people, keep them in place. I can do starfire. Big, like, star beam coming down. Now, the offensive spells are naturally balance spells. But they won't do nearly as much damage because I didn't put points into the tree to further enhance them. I can also do this. Moonfire. And I can also do an insect swarm. It's not like overly flashy, but I can do the insect swarm. So the big flashy ones are the two that I showed you. It's this one here, the Starfire. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? Like that. The Moonfires like that. And then the green like that. And then the other shit is this. It's the heals. It's the healing. That kind of shit. So healing other people. Buffing, and you could still kill shit. So that's the, Oh, there we go. There's a mage right there, so I could buff him. I can heal him. That's pretty flashy. It's got a cool sound to it when you do it, too. And that's essentially the role of a healer. Currently playing Mercenaries on Village on controller and have a really bad time. Oh, do you? I'm having a good time with it. I mean, I'm not playing it as much now, but... See? So that's what it looks like, the healer. It's fun, but I just wanted to show you the rotation, show you some of the skills so you could see, like, that's what you'd be looking at. That's what the skills would be looking at. Whereas a mage, very flashy. You could see what a mage looks like there, shooting out all that ice. So that's what a mage looks like. So, I mean, it is pretty cool. Again, the insect swarm. You can root people into place so that you have a chance to cast the big spells like this. Bam! Starfire. It's pretty neat. So, I mean, it is cool. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's the problem with him, right? Oh, that's cool. Right? Well... It's that it's hard. The survivability and poor gear, this guy is just trash. Another level 60 could come. Really fuck me up. I would have to be high geared and then up against another high gear. I would do better, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so it's kind of like I need the better gear for better survivability. Can't really do that in poor gear. I run out of mana too fast and all that. So it just overall... it would just work a lot better for me to have the good gear. So that's what it kind of looks like. And then the damage over time from those effects ends up killing it. And then I can chase people down. come to the rescue. Like that. Buff people. And then people blow you kisses. They love you. Because that's what they like. Because you're helping people, right? Getting their asses kicked. See? Just this kind of shit. Just random roaming around. Not really practical, though. It's not going to get me any gear just by doing this. You're kind of, in a way, wasting time. But if you're geared, you've done your battles for the week in PvP, and you're just kind of killing some time, you could be wondering, what's there to do in World of Warcraft? Well, you're looking at it. Just always running into random people. You know, that kind of shit. So there it is. You're kind of like a savior at that point. You could be waiting, up to 15 minutes sometimes for a battleground to pop for you to go in and do something productive for yourself. So in the meantime, you can kind of just roam around, see who's getting their ass spanked. That's pretty much it. You could just pick a random zone. You're always going to be guaranteed you're going to be running into people. Because this is classic. It's a small map, but everybody's here. Everybody's everywhere, right? Anyhow, so that's what this looks like. So it is, again, pretty cool. You're a good support class. People really appreciate you. They love the buffs, the heals, and all that shit. And again, even though I'm not feral spec and it's not my specialty, nothing stops me from prowling into the shadows. Nobody can see me, right? It's just my cat form will be a lot weaker. Because all my gear will have intellect for magic instead of agility and strength, right? I could still kill shit. But it's, it's not that great. I'm a level 60. This dude's only a level 30, and look how long it's taken me to kill it. I mean, that might have seemed fast to you, but I'm 30 levels above it. 30 levels! And it took me that long to kill it in cat form. But the trade-off is you can heal yourself and others like a mad bastard. I mean, without you, World of Warcraft can't progress. Everybody always wants to stab and poke and shoot lightning and fire. You gotta have some people out there that are gonna want to do the dirty job of healing. Right? See, there's just people everywhere. And like I said, just the open world roaming around like this, I like that. I could pick any zone and I would run into people. Again, not very good for me to be doing this too much right now because I'm level 60. My gear's absolute shit. I mean, none of my gear is actually even my level. It's all like mid to early 50s. That's a visual glitch where it looks like she's moonwalking backwards. That's actually a visual glitch, only on my side. On her end, she's probably riding forward. That's just kind of like a weird bug. But at least I'm ready for the Burning Crusade. So if I do live stream Burning Crusade, people are interested to check it out. It opens in less than 48 hours. We're revisiting a classic from 2007. Technically, my druid could go in there, but it would be very slow, very painful, because I'm a fucking healer. Right? I'm a defender. I'm a support class. So that's the difference. So I need an offensive one. So that is what it looks like visually to play a Resto Druid. It's actually not that bad. It's just that it's slow, and it can be difficult, but it can be very rewarding because people end up just loving you. I mean, essentially, this is a social game, right? You kind of have to care about people. If you don't, then go play Skyrim. right? There's no need for somebody to be all like, ah, fuck the people. Well, then if it's fuck the people, fuck this game. This game, you can't be anything or do anything without the people. And then this is just my purple cat. So again, this is the exact same class. The exact same class as my Torn that you just saw. The difference is I wouldn't really want to heal. I could still heal, but I'll run out of mana really quick. Look at that. Heal a couple of times, and I'm out of mana. Because it's not my specialty. Right? And it costs a lot of money to respec. You got to go to your trainer. I'd have to remove all my points out of my feral spec, put them into the restoration. That can cost you hundreds of gold a week if you're just flip-flopping back and forth. It's not like retail. You don't just hit a button and go, activate restoration, activate balance. And if you do activate it, even if you could do it, where's the gear? Strength, agility, agility and stamina, agility and stamina. Agility, and where's my intellect so that I don't run out of mana in 3 seconds? Retail World of Warcraft makes it more approachable. Your gear converts to whatever spec you are. How insane is that? At the click of a button, I could just switch to any spec I want and I don't need to farm new gear. That's why a lot of people prefer Retail World of Warcraft. Right? Because it's quicker, it's easier, it's more fast-paced. But you're not going to find those people roaming around in the world like I just showed you. You're not going to find them. They're not there. The game is dead. Everybody's in Battlegrounds or only on the most current map for that expansion. You can't really do buffs. They killed all these buffs. Everybody's got them now passively on their character. They don't need you. You don't need to toss somebody a heal. Everybody's got such good gear even at low levels, and the enemies are so much easier to kill. Nobody's going to thank you. Nobody's going to love you. Nobody's going to be like, oh, wow, man, you're such a lifesaver. Wow, you know, if it wasn't for you, I would have gotten my ass kicked. There is none of that. Nobody needs you. And I'm being dead serious. Classic, like I said, it's the Dark Souls of MMOs. People need you. They desperately want you. Retail, they desperately don't want you. It's really fucked up. So, even though my cat form is very bland, he's not on fire, he's not flashy like the one on Retail, very bland looking bear, there's just people everywhere. I can't go anywhere without running into people. They're just all over the place. Look, there's another person right there. It doesn't even matter what zone I'm in. So it makes the game feel alive. What's the point in looking all flashy, the glowing cat form from Retail if you're roaming around the world? There's fucking nobody there. Hey guys, look, I look cool. I don't see anybody though. Well, that sucks. I'll just go hide in the fucking corner and die now. Not like anybody's gonna fucking notice anyways. Whereas here, you look more subtle. A little bit, you know, more bland. But there's people around checking you out everywhere you go. Laughing at you too. So that's kind of the trade-off. So that's why I've been, at least so far, been sticking with classic World of Warcraft. It's just a more fulfilling overall experience. So that's my main guy here. This is still what I consider to be my numero uno. He's level 40, he's not quite 60, but, you know, it'd probably take a good solid 2 to 3 weeks to get him to level 60. Again, when it comes to the Resto Druid that I just showcased, I like him. He's fun. I can still technically do all that healing that I just did and all the buffs on the lobies that are like low level, right? When I'm going to lower level zones to help people out. Even high level. If they're just killing a creature here and there, I can still do all those heals on my Feral Druid. I could still give him the buff. So you could be thinking, well, what's the difference? Well, you might have to drink a little bit more often. Your heals wouldn't be as strong, but on a low-level player, that wouldn't even matter. So I can already do that. So that's why I'm leaning away from the Resto Druid. Because everything that he does, I can do that on my Feral Druid. Just not at a high level for very long, because it's not my specialty again. Being a feral druid in cat form, I can prowl, I can hide from the enemy in world PvP, and I can also become a very viable tank, the big bear, right? Like I used to play on retail. Faster queues for dungeons and shit like that. So I'm kind of leaning towards the feral druid as my main character, and now this being my alt. No longer the level 60 druid that I showed you. And again, this guy, if I had the gear, could technically heal as well. I could cast magic if I wanted to and use more or less the same kind of gear as the resto. But I've chosen to go on melee because, again, the visualness of this, like we've discussed a few minutes ago, is completely different than my feral druid, right? Like my feral druid, like I said, it's a purple cat. This guy, you actually see a weapon, and you know what I mean? You can enchant your weapon, see glowing auras and all that kind of shit. So it's a very different playstyle. And I can still off-heal on this guy too. I just don't have the buffs and all that. But whatever. So anyway, so that's what's going through my head. That's kind of like my thought process and where I'm going. So it's not so much that I regret boosting that 58 resto druid that I got with my free boost from the donation I got. I wouldn't have known what I know now had I not have gone and done it. So it was kind of a necessary evil. Now I'm stuck having to having a level from scratch again. But I can boost in a dungeon. It costs a little bit of gold. You tip a mage and they just go in, a high-level mage. They'll pull the whole fucking instance. And you'll get a lot of levels pretty quick. There we go. Geomancers. So we're back to killing these again. We just need to kill... No, that's a Thorn Weaver. We need to kill these guys. But with the totems and all that, like I said, just a really cool class. Shouldn't take too long. I think after this I might take a break because it's already been like over an hour and a half. Like I said, I love my feral druid being the cat form. It's pretty cool. But there's no denying that this is a lot flashier. A little bit, maybe a little bit more visually appealing. Maybe some people don't mind the cat as much. Don't find it any more boring or anything like that. See, look, there's a druid there. Look, and I'm not a healer. But watch. Watch his health bar. Boom, he's healed right up. And I'm off spec'd. That's not even my main spec. And I'm able to do that. You see that? So that's what's pretty cool about that. So that's the same effect that I want to do with my feral druid. That guy was almost dead. He's my level, and look at how adequately I was able to heal him, and I'm not even a healer. You see what I'm saying? So I can still kind of get that without having to be a fully dedicated healer. I'll be a dedicated tank instead, which are just as needed as a healer, and I can still kind of just off-heal here and there as I roam around the world. And we're almost done already. Yeah, so you saw that. Yes, we'll go this way, let that guy get some kills. We're still sort of kind of not really looking for that stupid gray Kodo. I'm just not really going out of my way to look for him. If we happen to stumble upon him, great. If not, forget it. So does that make sense why I'm thinking Feral Druid and... Oh, this fucker probably killed everything here. That's the only problem that happens when you have a realm or a server where there's a lot of people. Yeah, everything's fucking dead. Yeah, there's more over here as well. I mean, things do respawn fairly quickly. Geomancer. No. See, he just respawned out of nowhere. Oh yeah, that's where I just was. I'll cross over to the other side. No, Thornweaver. They might start to respawn fairly quick. Oh, a water seeker. But yeah, maybe you can see why I find this game so fun, especially with that social interaction, all those people that you just run across. It's nonstop. No matter what character I play, what server I play on, what zone I'm in, it doesn't matter the quest I'm doing. You're always seeing me running into people. All the time. That's what really makes the game for me. Still sorta kinda not really. Looking for that stupid Kodo. But I'm being productive because I'm actually trying to finish another quest. So as aggressive as this game can be, it's also very relaxing, soothing. You know, the music, the atmosphere, the landscapes are beautiful. It's kind of like the perfect blend of action and just relaxing adventuring, right? That's another reason I love this game a lot. It's not like Call of Duty. You think I'd be this relaxed playing Call of Duty? I'd be all like, ta-da-da, I'm dead. Or ta-da-da, he's dead. It's like, whoa. It's very on edge. Notice how I haven't played that in a while. I love the game and I still play it on my own. I just kind of refuse to stream it. I'm not saying I never will again. But I never really enjoyed streaming Call of Duty. Didn't really like it. I had to ignore people. I couldn't talk to people. That's not really a good time for me in a stream. Hi guys, so let's stream some Call of Duty, so I'll check you back in about 20 minutes when the match is over and let me know how your day's been. Until then, fuck off, I gotta pay attention now. Like, it's not really ideal for what I want to do. See, there's just fucking people everywhere. I need the geos. This way, now that we're grouped, we both get the credit for all the kills. Plus, with the questy, I can see what he needs. Like, he needs 1 bristleback Thornweaver. That way, we both get the credit for it. And that little questy thing is an add-on. So that's cool. Just this random grouping stuff. It's... Like I said, it's I will go as far as saying this game is very much therapeutic for me, and I've explained that before as well. Not too sure where the hell he's... Oh yeah, there's more over here. De Jaspina. It is a Puaspara. That's the quest he was doing. Alright, let's get those geos. There we go. Oh, he needs 12 of them. Holy macaroni and cheese. I can't say that I'm going to stick around for the whole ride, but... We'll agree to that. Again, there's that yell. No buff again. That's interesting. Where am I supposed to go now? Yeah, this way. Going after. Complete, so that's done. Thornweaver. Geo's here, I think. No. We gotta go... Oh, well, he left the group. Okay, well. I told him I was gonna help him kill a few more. Whatever. If he wants to leave the group, that's fine. He needed me a lot more than I needed help. I won't what? Yeah, so I'm gonna take a break from streaming. I don't know if I'll stream again today, I don't know. I enjoy it. But like I've said before, there's also a thing where I enjoy just kind of playing on my own as well. Without having to focus like on an exterior chat. Where I just want to focus in the game. Plus what I'm going to be doing later is going to be absurdly boring. Beyond what words can describe. Turn in enraged. Oh, right. Turn in. Yeah, because I've already done that. I think. Consumed by hatred. I've done that. Letter to egg hunt. Lightning gland, Kodo liver. Okay.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
Turn in tribes at war. Oh yeah, I've already done that. Accept blood shards of Agaman. Gotcha. Talk to Mangletooth. Right. You can now talk to Mangletooth and give him blood shards, exchange for buffs. Click here to continue. Okay. Wants us to go to Crossroads now. Because we do have a quest to turn in there. We've got nothing over here that I can think of. We got something to turn in here. Something over there. Yeah.
Peace, friend. Goodbye.
Yeah. Alright. I am done. Your internet died? That's fun. My stream's dead. It's been dead the whole time, but that happens, especially on the weekends. I sporadically stream. But I still got 14 likes. I didn't get 14 people in here, but it happens. It's cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. I mean, there is a chance I could be back kind of like within the hour-ish. The weekends is just kind of all over the place for me. Weekdays is when I strictly do between 5 and 6. So yeah. So I'm going to go off now, have a snack, and yeah. I could even be back as little as 20 minutes, really. It's just kind of... My mood can change quite drastically. I could come back and be like, yeah, let's stream this bitch for another hour. Or I could end up being like, yeah, no, let's just do this on my own. Boost my character. Get some extra levels in. Quicker, because I want to see if I can get close to 30 today. That would be kind of cool. But yeah. Alright, so I shall maybe see you a little bit later.